Aloha, it's Matthew, and I am so happy to be back. Um, I had a busy week, but I'll just, okay, real quick. I got a new job, you guys. I know I told you guys I had been applying. I didn't tell you I had applied at the county because I was so disappointed in not getting the first job and people asking, "Oh, did you get it? Did you get it?" And I just felt so bad, right? Well, I applied at the county like 2 months ago. And then a while later, I guess they started doing the interviews, and I got an email for that. And I was so thrilled. And then a month later, they started calling my references, and got I got the job. You guys, I work at the county. I live 10 minutes from the office, and I am the one of the animal control radio dispatchers. So when people are having animal control problems, they give us a call, and we send out the help or figure out what to do next. So I'm really thrilled. I feel like I'm contributing to my community, and yeah, I'm sure I'll have more on the details of that later. But let's get on to today's video, which is the second half of "Is Manny by Me Worth It?" Um, and we're going through. I did an entire year where I did not skip any kits. And if you didn't see the first part, go ahead and check that out because I do a little bit more explanation of the kit in itself and my not skipping any months, which part of the thing is you can. So if you come across a box you don't like, the best part of the program is that you can skip it that month and not worry about anything. You'll get an additional month put on the end of your subscription. Okay. So, and then I got two little housekeeping things to do. This is Catnap, and it was from the literary collection. I want to say it was April, and somehow I mixed up um, Pawfect with Catnap in my last video. And here is a swatch photo. And so that one is a nice creme tan brown, leaning orangey, and it's a great neutral, semi sheer, kind of caramely brown, semi. I mean, obviously it shows up on the white, but it's not as clear on the black. It's just because it's not quite opaque. Um, so there's that one, Catnap. And then the other housekeeping is that I changed my scoring from love it, meh, and hate it to love it, meh, and don't need, won't use. Because honestly, I didn't really hate any of the gifts or the plates or the polishes. It's just that some of them either I already had something like it in the polish, or it was a plate that just was not my style, or like the keychain, I just don't use keychains, so I just won't use it, right? So I sent a little love. We're gonna change that category to don't need, won't use. Okay, so let's get into it then. So the second half of my year started with this one is, I want to say, January. Why am I March, April, May, June? Well, why don't I have months on these? Some of them. Oh, this one's April, so this must be March. I thought I was prepared, you guys. Okay, so here we go. March. Um, the two polishes that came with March are Metamorphosis, and this one is a standard polish. It's a purple jelly with multi-chrome flakes in it. See that shift in the color on the flakes? And here is a swatch photo. And so this, in the video that I did for the review of this box, I used it in reverse stamping to paint in butterflies. So doing that and then pulling in something like this one with some gold, or this Orly's Starfire, which has multi-chrome flakes in it, but it just has a clear base. These would be great polishes for doing those reverse paints of the those butterflies. Um, and it also makes a great polish on its own. But I think, okay, so in the swatch photo, I did only one coat over the black, and you'll see how vivid that one was. But I had to do 3 coats on everything else because, I mean, it's a clear jelly with flakes, right? So if you're trying, it's like transparent, right? So if you're trying to get like a solid nail, you got to put on several coats before you're going to get a solid opaque manicure. And then we've got Nectar, which is a stamping polish, creme formula, and it's pretty close to opaque. Those letters, you can see them, but it's vivid on black and it's vivid on white. Let me get you a swatch photo of that. Okay, and so that's Nectar. And then the plates that came that month, it's funny because I had just ordered the butterfly wing plate. Maybe I'll have to write it in the comments. I don't have it handy. There's a plate that had like big butterfly wings that yeah, I'm not going to dig it out. That I had literally just ordered, and it was in the mail to me when these plates were on the way. So let's take a zoom in at the plates and take a look. So these ones are dragonflies and butterflies, which really, I love dragonflies. They remind me of my late Aunt Debbie. That was her favorite thing. So we got some flowers, we got some solid butterflies, and I like the fact that on a lot of these, on this plate, you get one facing to the right, and then you get one that's very similar facing to the left. On a lot of these, like you get a lot of right facing butterflies and then left facing butterflies. So they're not all just flat. Flat is pretty too, but adding some, like this guy's going to the left and that guy's going to the right, adding those side to side ones gives you some movement on your nails in your designs. And then we've got dragonfly wings, which I used this one in my video. And then we get some butterfly wings. And then I think this is, no. This is the one that I used for the reverse stamping. I picked this one up, and then I used the multi-chrome flakes and a couple other, like I think I had iridescent polishes. I think I used my Holo Taco unicorn skins to color in the butterflies on this one. And then we've got some more butterfly wings, more single flowers, leaves. See, these ones are solid opaques. You could do like a nighttime silhouette with these guys. Like a sunset, what's that word? Ombre on your nail, and then have these guys in dark silhouette. And then we've got more wings, and then dragonfly and butterfly mix. And I like that they included dragonflies in there too, because it adds, let me zoom it back out here. It adds just a little bit more variety than only the butterflies, right? And then, so this is the gift that came that month. And it's 2 sheets of, I have other stickers in here too. It's 2 sheets of this, right? And I think what I like the best about this is, let me see if I can catch it. There we go. Do you see the gold outlines on these ones? It almost looks like you took artichoke stamping polish, which we all know that one's my favorite, and then reverse painted in the butterflies or dragonflies. And I got this kit. I used the one, and then it went into my stickers pile, which I'm not that into stickers, but this set, I think it's because of that gold outline. I truly do like. So I'm gonna try and see if maybe I'll use some of these dragonflies. We're in autumn, so those are autumn appropriate, right? So I do like those stickers. So on our sheet here, I love both of the plates. Okay, love both of the polishes and the gift. So that was a great box for me. All right, let's move on to, oh yeah, and I think I said this in the last one, but each kit comes with a card that tells you the polishes, the plates, and the gift, and then it comes with a Mani design and specifically how to make that happen. So I really like that there's a breakdown of that. If you don't know where to get started with your kit, you can take that inspiration card and get started right there. Okay, so then here we are in April, which, you know, April showers bring May flowers, right? So we've got these Over the Clouds is the name of the collection. There's the design. They've got clouds, and these are kind of cotton candy sky. So the other like cotton candy colors, like pastels, and how to do that one. And so, um, I guess there was one more housekeeping thing. I put the don't need. I put these rhinestones from the kit that had asteroid in it. I put that on the don't need, won't use, because I said I don't have any rhinestone glue. And a couple of you guys told me about just using top coat and sticking it to that. And so I did that. I'll show you here on this swatch photo. So I'm going to move one of these don't need, won't use into the love it up here, because now I used it and I liked it. On this swatch, well, let's just take a look. I don't know if I would use them exactly how they lined up in this swatch, but I do like the fact that I can use them now that I know that you don't actually need necessarily rhinestone glue. You can just use a dot of top coat, or when your top coat is fresh, you can use some tweezers and place the rhinestone just like that. So the polishes that came in the kit, we've got Raindrop, and Raindrop has ugly bottle syndrome. You see this like white almost separation when you apply it, and when you stamp it, that doesn't happen. This is a lovely opaque stamping polish. Let me get you the swatch photo. And it is a very grayed out blue, or a gray with a very dusty blue hint to it. And that one's Raindrop. Love it, of course, with the gray gray leaning theme. And then this one is Cloudy, which is kind of like these specialty polishes. The other specialty polishes, like let me see, I should have them right here. The other specialty polishes, like Fish Scale and Sandbar, are more true iridescent shears. So over white, they're very understated, right? Well, this one actually has a white, or like a cloudy white base to it. So it's still translucent, but if you look at the video that I made for that month, I did it over a lavender nail, and then I colored this in to color in the clouds, and they looked absolutely adorable. And you can see right there when the light catches it, there's this blue shimmer within that cloudiness. So you get a cloudy white, and then when it catches the light, you get that electric blue shimmer. Love it. And then the gift for that month, I think, was this. Yep, it was this rainbow heart-shaped glass container, which is perfect for acetone. I've got a little bit of dried up acetone in there, but it's fine. If it evaporates, then it just sometimes leaves a little bit of chalky residue in there. But it's perfect for putting acetone and then dipping your cleanup brush. And the funny thing is, I had been talking about the month prior on Polish Pickup. There were these gifts, and when I logged in to make my purchase, they were already sold out. So I was kind of bummed out about it. But then the very next month, this came in my Mani by Me box, and I was like, oh, perfect timing. And I mean, if you've looked at any of my videos since then, you'll see that I've used that in almost every single video. So the polishes, loved both of them. Oh, I didn't do the plates yet. Crap. Okay, well, I loved the polishes and I loved the gift. Don't let me forget, I've already written those down. And then the plates were a little, they were hit and miss with me. I liked them. There were a couple, it was probably like 25% of the designs I would not use. Okay, I'm zooming in here. So the reason I wouldn't use like the puppy dog and the bunny and the cat and the butterfly is that they're just too cutesy. And if you like cutesy, great, perfect. Cutesy's just not my aesthetic, right? So I used this one and I love it. This is the one I was talking about where I stamped this over the periwinkle lavendery base color, and then I colored in these clouds with the cloudy, and it looked, I think that nail turned out fantastic. I would definitely use this one, and the corresponding, this one here, I would use both of these banners. The cutesy one, this one I just would not use. It's again, there's nothing wrong with the quality of that plate and those designs. They're just not my aesthetic. And then this plate, I love it. I used this one in the video. The using a special effects polish with this one. So if you put down your main color and then use a special effects polish with this one, then you can stamp any of these designs or any design really right here smack dab in the center. And all of those lines are going to draw the attention into whatever you stamp on top in the middle there. I love these wavy lines. And then this one is kind of the same idea as this one, except you're going to get like sunrise type rays, all coming to this point rather than to a central point. Love the rainbows. I love that these can stack within each other. So you can do that. You could use one of these and then stack a colored set right in the center there. And then these words, although they're cute, I very rarely stamp words on my fingers, on my nails. So for what it's worth, they're cute and they're nice phrases. And I have done words or phrases on my nails, just I don't often. So let's zoom back out. And I do love both these plates, and I will use them. Like I said, there's a couple items on each plate that I probably wouldn't use. These words and then the cutesies. But other than that, I would use everything on there. So let's put the plates on Love It. There we go. Okay, and move on to the next month. And that one is May. It's all pet themed. If you can't tell by the card here already. I love this little with the wink on the way away. Because cats, they do that. If you guys don't know, I'm just gonna pop in a quick picture of Baby the cat and Bandit snuggling together last night. So in our household, we have 5 dogs and 1 cat, and he puts up with all of them. We have 2 Chihuahuas that are our roommates, and then Scott and I have Golden, a Boston, and our new Aussie, who's like 6 months old now. And then we have our Siamese cat, Baby the cat. Okay, so on the kit, we've got, look, it's both cat and dogs this time, which, there's the Manny. I think that that's fantastic to include both cats and dogs because I am a cat and dog lover. Here is Chonk, which is this one is a little bit translucent on its finish, the creme finish, but you see it shows up on a white background. Lovely. It's a little bit less apparent on a black background, but let me get you a swatch photo for that one. And so that's Chonk. And then this Tippy Taps is this lovely olivey brown. I love these type of fall autumn colors. If you haven't noticed, and it's a nice deep, nearly opaque polish. It's all. It's a hair's breadth away from opaque, like perfectly opaque, but it's very dark, and it even shows up on black, which just goes to show that there is enough opacity in it that the black doesn't come through and dull out the color. And that one is Tippy Taps. I can't remember if I paused for a swatch photo, so I'm going to do that now. Might be a second time. And talking about autumn colors, I realized I didn't even say what's on my nails. At my new job, they're very relaxed on dress code. Like the first day I wore pants, and when I found out I could wear shorts, I started wearing shorts. But I don't know if nail polish is going to be acceptable. But if it is, my coworker, the other dispatcher, the one who's training me, said it should probably be just fine. But I'm gonna check with my supervisor just to be sure. I don't want to stir the pot too much when I'm just getting started. But on my main color, I've got Earthfire, and then on my accent nails, I've got Gilded Dune, and these are from the ORLY Color Pass. And my next video that I'm going to make, maybe later this afternoon, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to do a stamping design on those. So stay tuned if you want to see that. Just a little plug for my own channel, which, if you're liking this, like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, all the good stuff. So we got Tippy Taps. We don't want to get too distracted here. Now, these plates, you guys, oh my gosh, they're so adorable. If you're a dog lover, if you're a cat lover, this one was so good. Okay, we're going to zoom in here. So we've got all different types of cats. We've got like the speckles and like stripies of a tabby with a collar there. All these different paws. We got a lineup of all different flavors of cats. Like there's a Scottish Fold, a Sphinx, all these different kinds, right? And then you also get the backside, which I think is just adorable, right? Little Maine Coon on the end there. And then these ones are so cute because you could do them as peeking type designs, like do your mani, and then have the cats peeking in from the side of your nails, like batting at a fish or a bell or scratching. Um, get your little feather toy, and then this one, of course, that's what we always see when the cats walk away. It's so hilarious. We got little paws scratching at things, and of course all of these little items are interchangeable. If you like this paw better and you want it swatting at the fish, you can pick up just the paw and then get rid of the string, and you can pick up just the fish and get rid of the paw, and mix and match. Paw prints, super cute. Little, does that say meow? Or is that just Wiggles? I'm looking at through the camera. It just says it's just Wiggles in a ball of yarn. But you could do that like across your nails and then have this kitty coming in swiping at, or this one swiping at the ball of yarn. So many different ideas for a catacure, cat manicure. And then we've got a dog plate. And again, we've got the front-facing dogs, the backs of the dogs, a big old group of dogs, kind of Dalmatian-y, spotty dog with collar, dog paraphernalia, and then we've got all these individual dogs. Just like so cute. And I do love this Forever Friend. If you've been on my channel, we lost one of ours a few months ago. I guess going on like 8 months ago now. And that was a really rough time for us, but we do remember the joy that he brought to our family, even though it was a tragic end. So that probably, of all of the word phrases on here, would be the only one that I would use. Oh, look at that snoot! You can boop. Paw prints. One more thing before Doggo passed, we had done paw prints of all the kids, and Scott went and got his paw print tattooed, and just a nice memory, right? Okay, so let's back out. And for that one, and then here is the gift for that month, which is a silicone paw pad. Oh, there's some paint from something else on there. So it's a silicone paw pad, and it's got dog hair all over it. You can use it as a palette for when you're doing reverse painting or reverse stamping, right? So you can put your different colors on the different fingers there. You can use the whole thing. And then if you just let it dry, you can usually just go like this and peel the paint up off of it, or you can use a tape, like a lint roller, and just it'll take them right off if they're dry. So that's what I usually do. Once I use it, I just let it sit out and let the polishes dry on it, and then run my lint roller over it. And you can also do that to clean off any pet hairs that you might have. Because if you're a pet lover, then you probably have pet hairs roaming around the house. I will say, when it very first came out of the package, one of the big selling points that Maniology was like, check it out. If you put it directly, if you have a silicone workspace, if you put it down, it's not going to move anywhere. And it doesn't, right? But I don't know whether it was because it was like fresh silicone, and it might have still been like off gassing or something, but it made a little like hump in my silicone mat, which I didn't realize when I picked it up. It was all like lumpy and humpy, right? But I took it off and I put something flat on my work surface, and it went away. So I wonder if it was just because it was like brand new and it still had like, you know, new chemicals, gases coming off of it. I don't know what the actual reason was, but just so you're aware, it may do that if you don't let it sit out for a while first. So let's do loved it, loved it. I mean, if you couldn't tell, I loved both of those uh, plates, and I definitely love and use the gift. Okay, so now here's one that it, I'm not going to have the best review about. Again, any of these ones that I don't, that I'm not that into, it's not the quality of like the plates and stuff. It's usually the theme. And this month's box was Wizard of Oz, right? Which I guess, did they have like a re-release, or maybe it was like the 100-year, not 100-year, 50-year anniversary of Wizard of Oz? I don't know. Um, I'll tell you, if I hadn't been doing this 1 year without skipping, I probably would have skipped this box. Let's go through the polishes, right? So the polishes, we've got Emerald City, which is a lovely deep green stamping polish, super opaque. I love this polish, right? So if I would have skipped the box, the polishes, once the boxes have all been sent out for the month, the polishes go on, the early release polishes go on the site if there are any left, right? And so I probably would have picked this one up because I don't have any greens that are this deep and this opaque. um, so out of this whole box, I think I would have picked this up after the box, even if I had skipped it, right? Oh, and let me get a swatch photo for this one. Okay, so that one was Emerald City. And then we've got Yellow Brick Road. Again, this one is a standard nail polish. It's not a stamping kind. And it is a yellow jelly with these gold flakes in it. And I think that there's like different. There might be like some holographic glitters in there too, like itty bitty ones. Um, this one I don't think I would have picked up um, if I had skipped the kit. Uh, I like that I have it, and I have used it. I will use it again. Again, this would be a good one to color in butterflies or anything sparkly or magical. But it looks very golden foil if you sponge it on. Um, this says just paint 2 coats of Yellow Brick Road on, and they got that opacity. I think that might be a stretch. I do believe they sponged it on to get that, because sponging it on will absorb the clear yellow and just deposit the gold flakes and give you that gold foil shine. I do have, I have a couple different swatch photos for this one. I have the one where I painted my nails in the standard setup, right? And then they just didn't look so hot in my in the studio here. So I was driving into town, and it was sunny out, and I noticed that um, they looked good. So I pulled over really quick and I took a picture in the sunlight in my car. So I'm gonna add that one on so you can see the difference that lighting can make. Okay, so that one was Yellow Brick Road. And on the plates for that month, we've got this cute Yellow Brick Road spiral. I do like this poppy field one, and I used that one on the video I made. And then I do like this gingham pattern. And so I used that one, and I used that one, and I liked both of those. I did do the. Oh, let's zoom in. I did reverse paint in the flying monkey because yours truly was a flying monkey. I don't know, in elementary school in the school play. But the rest of these don't really translate. I don't know that this forest one would really translate onto a nail. These really big scenes are really cool, but I mean, maybe I could do it across both of my thumbnails, but I don't know if I. It's just the thing is, I don't know that I would be that into the Wizard of Oz that I would use this plate for that. So, like these phrases, if I was going to a Wizard of Oz party, then great. I've got plates to do my nails for that, but I don't know that I'm ever going to be doing that. So, of both of these plates, these poppies, this gingham, because that could be used anytime with any kind of color, springtime gingham, fall gingham, winter gingham. I mean, really, anytime. That's a very useful one. And then the yellow brick road's kind of fun in just like, I don't know that I would do like a yellow brick road necessarily, but sorry, I'm trying to get that light out of the way. The pattern looks cool, so I don't know if I would use that like kind of a swirl for something in the background. So of the two plates, I've only really got two items that I would use. So let's back out here. And then the gift that month is these cuticle scissors, these shears. They call them nail art shears or nail art scissors, which they're bent at the tip like cuticle scissors might be, but they highly recommend not using them on your cuticles, as do I. These scissors are so sharp that you can easily cut too much off. I use cuticle nippers, and even then, sometimes I go too much, and it's not pleasant. So I would highly recommend not using these on your cuticles. I don't know. I know it's got the rounded tip, so they tried showing it used cutting out nail stickers, but the tip's rounded, so they were having trouble even doing that. And to be honest with you, I have not used these scissors since I got them in the box. So this box would have definitely been one that I skipped if that option had been open to me outside of this project that I'm doing, right? So okay, Emerald City, I did like that polish, and like I said, I would order it afterward if I did skip the kit. I do like that I have this polish, but it wouldn't be one that the Yellow Brick Road, but it wouldn't be one that I would order outside of it. But I'll put it on Love It because I'll definitely use it, and it's a pretty special effects polish, or I mean, special polish with the with those flakes in it, right? I don't really have many gold flake polishes. The plates, I'm going to put the one under meh because it has two items that I would use. And then the other plate is just, I'm going to put it in the don't need, won't use. And same with the scissors. Sorry, Maniology. That box was just a strikeout. Is that what the baseball term is? An outstrike? A strikeout? I'm not into sports. It was not a hit for me. So this next one, the funny thing is, I saw the email that there's a preview email, and I thought, oh, it's another one of those cutesy ones like the cloud one. I hope there's not too many cutesy items, right? Because that's just not my aesthetic. But I'll tell you, I did use these plates on my Pride manicure for this year. So if you want to see these plates in action, aside from the review video of that month, I did do a Pride manicure this year. This Bliss, love it. It's a nice, soft, pastel-y stamping polish. And again, anything this light colored, you're going to have a hard time getting super opaque. But on white, it looks pretty good, and it even shows up on black, even though there's a little bit of translucency coming through. Let's get you a swatch photo of that. And so I like that one. And the next polish was Euphoria. And now this one is different from this Cloudy. I know they look very similar in the bottle, but this one has a creamy white base in it. And this one is more of a sheer, like entirely sheer, except for the shimmer polish, right? It's much more like the sandbar, seaweed, the ones I showed you on the stick over there. It's got a pink to green shift, I think. Is that it? No, is it blue? Blue to pink? Blue to green? It's a pink to like a greeny blue aqua shift. I thought I had it around here somewhere. Did I already put it? Let me see if I already have it. Oh, it is here. Okay. So within my swatches, you can see the comparison. So here's fish scale that looks like pink on top, then sandbar, seaweed, right? Here is Euphoria. So it looks like an aqua blue, like a aqua blue, but then on a white top, it just looks like shimmery kind of pinky green blue when the light's not catching it. When the light catches it, you can see that aqua reflection the whole way up and down. And so if you're going to do like an oil slick manicure, those original three plus this Euphoria plus the Moonbeams collection would be great over black to do like an oil slick look. And then on the plates, there were a couple that I don't think I would use because I just don't think that they translate to nails, right? So these, oh, let's zoom in. So these little aqua curtains, kind of bubbly curtains, would be great if you're doing like a mermaid or undersea look. Love these. I do like the bubbles. I love the star bubbles, the regular bubbles, heart bubbles, the mix of bubbles, cloud bubbles. Here's these cutesy ones I'm not that into. Those 5, I guess, and these 2 word ones. But the hearts, the bubbles, the heart made of bubbles, and these bubble clusters, I used, I think, all of those and a lot of these on my Pride manicure. And then I think this one would look cool over the course of like 4 nails, or maybe even for me, like over the course of both of my thumbnails. But I probably would do it with the land at the bottom like that. And then like, because then that way, if I'm showing people the design, they'll see it versus me seeing it. Does that make sense? But then these little like wands, I get that that's what they are. They're bubble wands. But if you see that on a nail just by itself, it might not going to make sense, right? I don't know, in my opinion. If you did the wand with some bubbles, then it would make more sense. Or like this one here, how it's got bubbles coming out, that makes more sense. And I love all of these bubble banners. I think I used several of those on my Pride manicure. So overall, on these plates, I'm happy with them, and I would use most of the things on them. There are a couple cutesy items, which, you know, again, if that's your look, then perfect. And then there are a couple that just don't quite make sense here to me. But aside from that, I like these plates. And let's zoom out here. I'm going to take a quick break to see if I put in the Euphoria swatch photo. I don't know if I did. I hope I did. So there, if I didn't, I added it in there, and if I did, maybe you get it twice. Okay, and so here we are on the last. Oh, let's score that month. So I'm getting ahead of myself. And then the gift that month, I believe, was this nail rack. This is a touch of 6. Yes, is this one. If you've seen my other video, oh, here's some of the leftover nails from that Wizard of Oz box. Here's that poppy field I told you about. I think it looked really cool. But yeah, I use these stands all the time in my videos. I use, oh, here's that clouds one that I could have actually used as an example instead of just talking about it. So here's that cloud one. Here's that euphoria on a light color and on a dark color. I didn't even realize those are sitting literally right within reach. But this one I think turned out so cute. This was the one with, um, wait, I think I might have used Milky White Shimmer from Hollow Taco. Oh goodness. Now I can't remember. You're just gonna have to go back to the video and watch to see how that nail turned out. But yes, I will definitely use this nail stand. I use them in my videos. So yes. So that month was another all winners. So one plate, plate, polish, polish, and the gift. All in the love it. And we are on the last month of my year of no skipping Manny by Me boxes, and boy, am I glad I got this month. The funny thing is, I had also, they have a special effects plate. I think it's FX. Oh, now I can't even remember. But it's these. Oh, why can't I think of the name of it now? It's going to be on here. It is the specific kind of nail art where fluid art nail polish, right? So these plates, you can do the stamps that look like fluid art instead of, because if you've ever seen the tutorials for doing fluid art that looks like this, it just takes a little extra time. You got to like paint it all out on a surface, let it mostly dry, cut it to the shape of your nail, stick it down to your nail, clean up the edges, and it turns out looking fantastic. I think it would definitely be worth the challenge, but having plates that can do it, sign me up. That's just that's so much easier. So you got your base here, and then you can use the plates to make the look of the fluid nail art. And the two polishes that came in it are Melt, which is a creme polish. Again, it's a pastel, so not super opaque, but it shows up really good on white. So let's get a swatch photo of that. And the same story goes for Drip. It's like a minty green pastel, and it is definitely not opaque, but it shows up both on black and white. Um, and if you look at the swatch photos on both of these, if you want to back it up or just go from memory, the pink one was harder to get solid when I was painting on the nails. I think it took 3 coats of the Melt to get a solid, and Drip was just 2 coats. So the Drip was just ever slightly more opaque, even when painted on. I do love the colors though, and I think that they would go great for, especially this the fluid art. Let's zoom in on these guys. So these designs are just all over the place. And you could, if you wanted to be really detailed, you could pick these up and then reverse paint in the different sections with different colors to really make it look like the fluid nail art, which typically has multiple colors. Or you can just stamp these on, do one color on top of another color. And then if you wanted to layer again, you could do another stamp on top of that and do several colors. I've seen some tutorials where they did several layers. I do love these extra long ones because, again, here go my wide thumbs, right? I could do my entire thumb with these ones. Not everybody has a nail bed that is that wide, or if you had really long nails, if you've got really long claws, this is a plate where you could actually do a full design on really long nails. Now the French end, while this is super fun, and I'm sure many people will love it, this goes to where my nail beds are really wide, even like on my middle finger. It doesn't look too wide, but look at how much sidewall there is. So if I tried to use the widest one on my nail, I'm not flipping you guys off here. We'll put these other ones out. It would only come to about here on both sides. So there'd be a good 1/8 inch gap, even on the very widest one of these Frenches. And I guess that's my really only, I've said before, I don't really do French manicures. Let me zoom back out. With these Maniology kits, I was saying I'm not that into Frenches. I think this could be a French tip nail design I could go with. But again, it wouldn't be wide enough for any of my finger. That one would probably work. But my ring finger, although it looks thin, there is a lot of sidewall on this one. It goes up really high. It's a very strong C curve, right? And then my pinky would work, but then that's it, right? Just, I wish that they would do at least one tip or one of these designs that was just extra wide. I don't know, and maybe that's just me. I might be in the minority here with these super wide thumbs, but I'm sure there are other people that have wider nail beds. So and then the last gift was this cup. It's silicone, right? So you can use it just like this if you want to clean your brushes. You got these like textured bottom, right? You could put acetone in here because it's silicone, it's acetone resistant, and you could clean your nail art brushes that way. Or you can pop that cup out and put like room temperature water in here to do it's not fluid art nails when it's that way. I literally just water marbling. It's water marbling, which I have never tried, but now that I've got a cup that I could dedicate to that, who knows? Maybe in the near future, we're gonna get a water marbling attempt. At least I'll attempt, right? So then it's got this cool cap that if you wanted to dry your brushes, you can stick them in here, and once you've cleaned them and dumped the acetone out of the bottom, you could either store your brushes in here or put them in here and like set it on its side so that they can dry, right? You could also use this if you want to clean your makeup brushes. So many people put that as a double duty here, right? You can put a little bit of cleanser in the bottom. I don't know if you use shampoo or, I don't know, dish soap. I don't know what you use for makeup brushes. But this textured bottom would help get inside the bristles and get them clean. And then when you go to dry it, you could use this top to make sure that they all sit, out so that they can dry. Okay, enough about that cup. I love it. I'm going to use it. So I'm going to keep those ones out here for just a second because here we go. We're in the final wrap up of this whole review. So that plate was 2 plates that I'm going to put down for Love It, 2 polishes that I love, and I love the gift. Definitely going to use it. Now this plate is technically half and half. I probably won't use this plate, but I love the fact that there's super wide nail designs on this one, enough that we can just pretend that half of the plate doesn't exist. So overall, do I think the kit is worth it? Absolutely. My very favorite polish that came in the kit this year is Artichoke. I just love this one so much so that I bought a backup, you guys, because I don't want to run out. And my favorite gift would have to be the nail art brushes. They're nail art brushes on one side and they're dotting tools on the other side. And this is actually the very first kit that I signed up for. It was kind of the selling point. I was like, okay, I want those brushes, I want dotting tools, and I'm going to give this Mani by Me kit a chance. And so these are over a year old, and I clean them off every time I use them, and then I store them with the plastic cap on there to protect the bristles. I mean, you don't have to be that meticulous if you don't want to be, but for me, they are a year later, they're still kicking, right? And then I think let's see if I have a favorite plate from this year of Manny by Me kits. I'm taking a quick. Oh, no. So I did go back. Maybe I'll do a third review of. I went back in time once I signed up as a subscriber. I went back and I ordered some back kits. That was another reason I really wanted to subscribe, was that once you're a member, if there are any previous month's boxes or stamping plates that are still available, you have access to those ones. And so I went back and I did get the steampunk one, the undersea one with like all the dead and like spooky one. I did get that one, and I got a couple other ones. So maybe I'll do an additional video here later on to go through all those. But I think these would probably be my favorite plates from the year, is these cat and dog. These ones are super cute, and they're actually like cat and dog things that I would put on my nails, because some things are cutesy, but they don't necessarily translate onto the size of a nail. But I think that these ones work very well for that. And I guess maybe second place for my favorites would be the fluid nail art. I skipped this month's Manny by Me kit, the one that's coming up for this year's Halloween, because it's Death Disco, and I'm just not thrilled by it. And so now that I'm out of my 1 year, I skipped it. And so maybe I'll go back and do a more in-depth, because I just did a speed review on this one because I was going to Oahu. If maybe I'll make a more in-depth exploration into last month's kit. But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't yet, feel free to leave a comment in the comments if you think the kit's worth it. If you're a subscriber, if you're against it, let's talk about it. I do love to chat. And oh, of course, if you order any of this stuff, I do have a Maniology discount code. It's Matthew10, saves you 10% at checkout. And Maniology does send me a small commission based on your sale. And I got my commission from this month, and I put it back into the channel. So I have some more plates and some new polishes to review and use. Thank you guys. I truly appreciate it. This code does not work on the subscription kit, unfortunately. So it does work on everything else that's the regular price in the shop. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on the subscription. But I thought I'd throw it in there in case you're making an order. It will work on anything additional to your subscription. And until next time, you guys, bye.